Welcome, Bobcat Nation, to another edition of the Coach's Corner. This week we have head football coach, Mr. Dale Smith.
Coach.
We love these Mondays when we come in and talk about a victory, especially a road victory.
They're a lot more fun.
Yes, absolutely. A road victory over an old rival. The win over Glenville. First and foremost, I want to talk about the value of the win. It puts you up to fourth in the conference, and you control your own destiny there. It's basically who wins between you and State's going to be fourth, and you have to control the tiebreaker over Wise, so you're going to be fourth or fifth. But a win and a winning season and a fourth place would sure be nice.
Yeah, I mean it's exciting. I think a fourth place finish would be our highest ever since the inception of the Mountain East Conference. So that's something to hang your hat on. And we look back, and a win this coming week, not to discredit the one we just had, but a win this coming week would be just the sixth winning season in the last 21 years for our football program. So I played on three of those teams. Yeah. But, an exciting win nonetheless. I was happy for our players, and really with some goals still in mind here, in particular for our senior class, to try to finish with a winning season.
I know you were able to jump on them. Scored early, went up 21-7. Couple of explosive plays in the passing game. I know you've been looking for that, and you were able to get that, in the first half Saturday, just about those two plays specifically there.
Yeah, I talked to the football team just in the meeting yesterday about we left some guys behind, and we've had some injuries, and one of the touchdowns to Cam Brooks, he was a backup for a wide receiver that we left behind, and he caught a slant and took it 72 yards for one of our more explosive plays on the year. So for those guys, some guys to step up. AC Caldera had the interception that sealed the game. KJ got knocked out of the game on the seventh play. He is okay, but it was an injury that he didn't play the rest of the game. So his backup came in and had the game-winning interception. So there was a lot of that going on, which is exciting for the ultimate team game.
Yes.
It's got to be a next-man-up mentality.
Now, when they, you went up, and then they came back and cut it to 21-20, but you held them to a couple field goals. It was a really, I know it's cliche, but a bend, don't break that the defense kept, shutting the fort off there. Had the four picks and stopped them in the red zone a couple times.
Yeah, we caused four turnovers defensively, had 4 interceptions, and then really I thought the critical stop in the game was when they returned the punt back to the 4-yard line, and it was 17-21 at that point, and we held them to a field goal. So that was a great goal line stand by the defense, and really gave us an opportunity to put it away. We kicked the ball poorly on the day. We missed 3 field goals, and then really missed the critical extra point after the last touchdown to make it an 8-point game, which would have forced them to go for 2. So they're certainly, even going into week 11, some things we need to get cleaned up.
Yeah, but you did get that last touchdown.
We did.
That insurance touchdown was about 4 minutes left in the game. I saw on the box score was, how critical that was to actually, stem the tide, because they had the momentum, and punching that last one in really, kind of put the momentum back on your all side.
Yeah, and it was good to get Devin Montgomery going again in the backfield. You look, also Trey Jackson had 2 rushing touchdowns inside the 5-yard line. The guys that are scoring touchdowns for us right now are freshmen. So when you really look back on the entire year, only 2 of the touchdowns were scored by graduating seniors. The rest of them were scored by freshmen and redshirt freshmen. So that's also exciting just as you look forward a little bit.
And back to the significance of the upcoming game with State, and I know Coach Pennington has his ties here, great guy. Married one of my former assistant coaches there, very very active in local sports down here. But those 2 programs are at a spot where it's pretty significant, this game, both of you being in that position. And then you were talking about the injuries and the next man up. November football and small college football, it's really a battle of attrition and the middle game.
Yeah, it's what it is, and if you do this long enough, you're going to coach against friends, but that also makes it fun too, because if you're competitive, you like to at least do it with somebody that you have a relationship with, and you shake hands at the end and deal with it. But John's a good friend, and Andrea's a good friend. We've known them for a long time. My first coaching job was here at West Virginia Wesleyan, and Penn was on the staff, and Andrea was your assistant. So it's a small world, and I'm looking forward to compete against John again this Saturday, and should be an exciting football game. They're playing good football right now.
I would say it's exciting to be in this position. I know it's been a winding road, but there's a opportunity for some history to be made here. So, good luck this Saturday, and I tell you what, thank you so much. And
Appreciate
good
it.
luck. Thank you, Coach.